Spencer Smith here again for Australia Horse Racing for Friday, February 4th. And we're looking at race 1B from RoseHill tonight, a 2-year-old open race. And wow, this is going to be a toughie. 12 horses initially, 11 horses initially going to the gate. Scratch number 3, Irish Times at the time of this broadcast. And boy, you've got a number of directions to go. I will just say this. I'm going to probably be watching this race just because there's some bigger 2-year-old races coming up later on. Want to see how a few of these are going to turn out. If you put a gun to my head and said, Spencer, make a selection, my top choice would have to be the number 1, Helmet. This 2-year-old colt by Exceed and Excel. Has run once, had a very brutal start where he got squeezed, bumped around, pinball, and made up some nice ground here at RoseHill back in October. So got one race under his belt. Took a nice little break, came back for a barrier trial here at RoseHill on January 18th, and blew him away by about 2.5 lengths, including blowing away Pure Force. Now, Pure Force did come back and run in a special class race here on January 27th, finishing 3rd by 6 lengths to Pain in the Glass. So, Helmet is someone who I'm very interested in. I like the barrier post being on the inside. Think he can get out of the gate a little bit faster, get in better position here at RoseHill. My top pick, but not a pick I'm fond of, is number 1, Helmet. Taking a look at some of the other horses, number 2, Head for the Stars. 2 barrier works. Last one on the good footing at Warwick Farms. Brutal number 12 post. And so this, even though the morning line's 4-1, I got a feeling this might be a learning experience for him. I'm not too fond only because that's a brutal post, especially for RoseHill, which favors speed. So someone to keep an eye on and watch. Was impressive in that barrier trial at Warwick Farms on the good footing. Number 4, Moment to Remember, another horse who is very interesting, was also in that January 24th barrier trial, finishing 3rd, along with Head for the Stars and Irish Times. Irish Times did get scratched. 2 good barrier trials. Number 7, Barrier Post, definitely bred by an Irish bred, Valorix, and a very interesting horse to keep an eye on. Number 5, Pure Force, who we spoke about earlier, going to make his 4th race lifetime. Really has not shown any early speed. Did run a good 3rd last, facing much tougher. This time has a 9 barrier post. Just needs a little racing ruck. Does have the experience though, and so that may give him a little edge over some of these. Number 6, Pride of China. One race was not too impressive. 6th, way far back. Probably needed that race. Look for a little improvement here. 11th barrier post, brutal. We'll see. Someone to keep your eye on. Number 7, Abound. This is a horse who really did interest me. He did win that barrier trial we talked about on January 24th with a few others by a length. A good barrier trial. Did have a barrier trial here at RoseHill back on January 4th. Training over at Warwick Farms. Marc de Montfort has a good first out stats. I believe it's 12% with first timers. So that's something to keep your eyes on if you're going on stats play. Number 8, Miss Jackson, didn't do well in its only barrier trial. Has the brutal inside post barrier for this race. I'm not liking it this time. Number 9, Zippy Zarzi. Beat much weaker last time out and a county track. 2 times raced here at RoseHill, didn't show much, going 5.5 furlongs. A bold move to bring him back up here. I think he is a little overmatched. Number 10, California Poppy, ran also in that same race with Pure Force, finished 5th, 8.5 lengths back. It looks like, and he's made up some good ground over at Ranwick the last time he was racing. This horse looks like he's going to want a little bit longer in a open field. over at Ranwick. So mark that down for this 2-year-old filly. If she gets on a course which is favoring closers and maybe is a little bit longer, someone to keep your eyes out for. Number 11, T Hutty. I like the both of the races last time out at Eagle Farm, and then back on January 17th, making very good late moves to make up some ground at the same 5.5 and 5 furlong distance. The only question, this is Rosehill, where you can't really make up that type of ground. Maybe a good play for the super or try in the back end of your exotics. If we're over at Eagle Farm or Ranwick or somewhere which favors closers, probably got a better shot. Number 12 is M+, and 2 races last lifetime. Hasn't really shown much of anything. I'm just pass on that. So good luck, and we'll be talking to you more about more races here from Australia on Friday night. This is Spencer Smith.